Здравствуйте, дорогие посетители моего игрового канала. Сегодня мы продолжаем проходить Banishers, призраки Нового Эдема, и пойдем по сюжету. Где этот губернатор? А, вот он. Так, надо...
Governor.
May I help you, Mr. McCraith?
I have to admit, this is an unusual case.
Yes, but have you solved it?
I believe so. But the culprit was not responsible for the plague. At least not directly.
Have you found the witch or have you not?
Someone here has been dabbling in some dark magic. I have the name.
So, what are you waiting for?
I have the name. I don't have the full picture. When I do, I'll act.
Come, you have the name. You have the proof. The matter is simple, is it not?
Not exactly. The name is Lamentation Haskell.
No, it can't be. My son is studious. Curious, too curious at times perhaps, but he does not have a bad bone in his heart.
He showed Caleb Watson a ritual. The cobbler used it and became possessed.
Even if true, it would only mean my son was exposed to corruption. It happened before. Bring me proof, Banisher. Find the real source of evil.
Since when has the governor required proof?
I'll get it. Mark me. I must find your son, Governor. Sooner rather than later.
Говно.
His interests take him hither and thither. If he isn't here, he must be working on the outskirts. He's been sprucing up one of the abandoned houses there. I ordered them emptied when the sickness hit. Here, take the gate key. Go there. See for yourself. You're wrong about him. You're wrong about my son. Needless to say that I count, of course, on your discretion.
Ну, пошли сходим. Смотрите, заброшенный дом.
He was quick to condemn till it was his own son on the block. Who's he really protecting?
We'll bring him the proof he wants. If the boy is guilty, his father may not be able to protect him.
Так, это там, там. Так, типа поселенца Лэмми в заброшенном доме. Так. Теперь открыто. Извините, расщелина была. Землетрясение, наверное.
Hell's balls! What happened here?
Something's emanating from under there.
No wonder this place is off limits.
Ну и кто? О!
Bastard!
Да по-любому бастард был. Так. А я что делаю? Не шевелюсь? Такая странная. Опять этот драный корень, блин. Как я ненавижу эти корни. Это просто. Так, раз, два. О, там еще какая-то херня. Ага.
Wards. I'm going to need a hand here. I can't, Rory.
Ага. А где еще один? Так, попробуем. Блин. Называется в глаза долблюсь конкретно. Да. Вот, блин. Поискал и не мог так найти. Потом возвращаюсь сюда, и вот она, эта дырка. Ну. Да. Уже старый.
The incisions are clean. The precision of an expert.
There's magic here, though faint.
Так, можете почитать на паузе.
Harrelou. Mean anything to you?
Not a thing.
He mentioned an old mill. Seemed fascinated by the place. There's a lock. I'm gonna need a key. Nothing incriminating. Yeah.
Здесь даже интереснее, чем я думал. Мне предстоит найти ответы на столько вопросов. Месье Роле был прав. Уверен, трагедия истории старой мельницы напрямую связана со всем этим. Я отправлюсь туда и буду проводить свои исследования там, вдали от подозрительных, невежественных соседей. Только еще нужно сделать.
Remember what we found at Caleb Watson's? Maybe we're not looking in the right place. If I had something to hide, I might hide it in an abandoned mill.
Никуда. Ну и... Ого. Ладно, буду на месте и включусь. Так, и вот я почти на месте. Так, я на этой мельнице уже был за кадром, излазил практически все.
Looks derelict. Is he really inside?
Ого. Поднимаемся здесь. Херня не работает. работает. Так. Тут. Уже дверь открыта. То есть это дверь
What hides
открывается
here
по
in the
сюжету.
dark? Come out, come out.
Что еще за херня? Сборник записи о пустоте. Угу. Начал собирать записи о пустоте. Понятно. Так, символы, рисунки, символы ведьмы, действия, возможно, можно сочетать таким символом, чтобы удвоить его действие. Второй символ, рисунок символа демонолога, полный провал. Так, третий рисунок и рисунок другого символа демонолога действует пусть и слабо. Четвертый символ, рисунок совмещенных первого и третьего символа объединен, попробуйте этот. Ага. Так, попытки перевода с описания ритуала могу полигенеза на повседневный английский.
Looks like Lammy was trying to translate some sort of ritual.
Not any ritual. This is the lesser palingenesis.
I guess no one warned Lammy that grimy reincarnation rituals were not without risk.
Так, записки. Ага.
This relay lad seems dangerous.
His apprentice seems to be following him down the same path.
Так, Ономакрит. Книга незначительных и важных утверждений.
So, what are you hiding in here, evil spawn?
Glancing at the original writing, Lammy's work was poor. No wonder the ritual he spawned for Caleb from those botched words of power went wrong. More ghost wards. Someone was being extra careful.
Так, так, на всякий случай сюда поставим. Наверху находится. Так, читать. Не могу больше ждать. Отец может сколь угодно читать проповеди и прохлаждаться с друзьями из управления города, но словами никого не спасти. У нас есть сила, и мы обязаны действовать, а не трястись в страхе за свою репутацию. Но отец всегда боялся попасть в глаза других, так иначе бросил свое ремесло, и мне пришлось изучать его в тайне. Настоящий позор, если отец не станет действовать, буду я.
He doesn't speak well of his dad.
Он начал действовать.
He thought he was better. That's not a particularly difficult task, in fairness.
We need to get to the top floor. Bet we'll find something.
Так, я тут читал или нет? Да. Вот уж какой-то. Так, а с той стороны что было? То есть отсюда можно быстренько спрыгнуть, понятно.
Who there, corrupted weeds?
Here, I found something.
Ой, как я эту херню эту ненавижу. Амулет какой-то. Сколько все очков духа, но Антея получает на фигня какая-то. Как читать? Так, опыт сразу почувствовал.
Why did he feel like he needed so much protection?
It's just a lift. Why is this mechanism so complex?
More magic muckery.
Да.
He wished to disguise his presence, or perhaps to distract from it.
Непонятно.
Should be useful.
Ну-ка, я для мельницы. Угу. Так, ага. Раз, два. Раз, два, а где три?
That book again.
The Agrippa. That's not good. Not good at all.
Ну да.
What level of not good are we talking about exactly?
This book promises eternal life, but the promise is a trap.
Так,
Let's hope it hasn't been used.
ладно.
Farewell, weed.
Было всего два.
The lift should work now. All this is more serious than we thought. I'm apprehensive. Not just because we're going underground.
We'll be careful. We don't know what Lamy was up to, and the signs are not encouraging.
You know, I could get to like it underground. The darkness, the
Ладно, и
gloom,
что?
the cool air.
Really?
No, not really. Not at all.
Миллион. Ресурсы. Больше мотив бы дали, чем ресурсы. Опачки.
Another sorrow used as a guardian.
Охренеть. Так. Раз. Да я не вижу. В упор. Так, надеюсь, у нас что? Здесь еще ниже спускаться. Неа. Непонятно. Так, раз, два. Пробуем снова. искать здесь. Ну что за дрянь? Ну опять. Почему-то меня тянет вот так к этим сундукам. Я ненавижу эту херню всю.
Away with you! You'll be free soon enough, you bastard.
Лучше она.
Once more, we'll feed him.
Да, спасибо. Я не понял. Так, где она, где она?
Time for me to shine. I can handle this on my own.
Ага. Становится. Значит, она где-то наверху. Ничего, чтобы... Ё-моё.
Time to release these poor souls. Pay attention.
That's filthy. When all this is over, I might retire.
You'd miss it. You know you would. Red, come see this. Dead animals, again. Different symbols and magic. Seems they were used as bait. Is this how we got through the Sorrow's vigilance? I love doing that.
Слушай. И войти в разрыв. Так, сейчас, минуточку. Хочу посмотреть, что там в проеме, вот в этом. Что за пелена?
Sorry, no can do.
То есть у меня не хватает способностей, чтобы убрать эту пелену. Давай ему, блин, изгони его нахрен.
Try this on.
Да, по-моему, просто замечательно. Как я не люблю эту фигню, связанную с разрывами.
I suppose now we step into the void.
Suppose we do.
Запись идет, ага.
Dark rituals, void breach, general weirdness. Lemmy can't be far.
Я уже тут достаточно побывал.
Wards. I'm going to need
Обереги
Антея.
даже здесь. Да ну нахрен.
A ward restrains me.
Wards work well enough. You didn't need to kill so many bots.
Demonologists use necromancy. Maybe he thought he'd bring them back when he was done.
И здесь оберег. Он что, блин, издевается, что ли?
Awfully calm. Why is it awfully calm?
Да потому что тут обереги, поэтому здесь тихо, блин. Да, логика у него просто вот никакущая.
Sorry, not
Ага.
this time.
Да я уже понял. Sorry. Что с ним такое? Что за нахрен?
There's a tough one.
Nobody likes us much.
An Ariadne's thread leading through the void. Very useful indeed.
Very useful right until it falls apart. Then you're stuck. Force me to tuck it. Careful now.
То есть они на меня... Кажется, я понял. Вот эти вот...
Something has me. Wards.
Так, где эти? Вот эти так сказать, убереги. Пониманием от призраков. И куда я тут был уже? А вот ты где засранец. Спрятался.
An Ariadne's thread leading through the void. Very useful indeed.
Very useful right until it falls apart. Then you're stuffed like force meat in a turkey.
Здесь что? Это сундуки, что ли?
Creepy hideout. The governor's spawn likes a bit of drama.
This one's different. Looks like it died diseased. Maybe I should search some more.
Что за бордовая жидкость?
Banisher rule number 4.
If it oozes, don't touch it. Another botched experiment?
It may be native to the void.
Загадочная записка Демонолога. Призрака можно управлять или, по крайней мере, направлять их, используя ряд известных ритуалов. Их нужно проводить с особой осторожностью. Ошибка грозит потерей контроля. Ну да.
This is some dark, sideways magic.
It's forbidden. I've read it.
Оккультной наукой
Don't
занялся.
worry about you.
Черной магией. Сынок губернатора. Да. Здорово, очкарик. Ой, прошу прощения.
So, you can see me. Aren't you full of surprises, young Master Haskell?
You may talk. A Banisher ghost. Amazing. How on God's earth did you find me? Never mind that. Thank the Lord you did. Thought I was going to grow old in here.
Were you stuck in here?
In the Araloo? Originally, I was searching for the source of the poisoning. I may have overestimated my talents. Still, an amazing place to be stuck in, no? Tell me, how did you get past the Guardian beneath the mill? Did you use a decoy?
We fought it. Don't change the subject.
You fought it? Of course you did! A good thing, too. I was starting to think it was wise to me tricks. Oh, but I have so many questions.
This isn't a social call, kid. And we're the ones with the questions.
Oh. Oh. Of course.
From the looks of this place, you're knee-deep in research. What are you doing here exactly?
Searching for the origin of the Harrow's plague, of course. And I have a theory on the subject.
Of course you do. Go on then.
Now, at first, I believed the water poisoned, but my father sealed the well, and yet folk remained sick. They looked for witchcraft, a foolish, uneducated suspicion, yes, but with some truth concealed behind it. You see, the Araloo taints New Eden. Its influence leaches into the Harrows. The evidence is everywhere.
Can you prove that? Where's your evidence?
In New Eden, the threshold between our plane and this is thin. Even I, a novice, may reach the frontier and then go beyond. I also believe it happened before. Some years ago, New Eden was hit by another epidemic.
Yes, we learned of it in Fort Jericho.
I believe that first epidemic was caused by the porosity of the frontier between New Eden and the Aralu. Although, where theirs was an affliction of burning flesh, ours is a corruption of mind and spirit. And I believe I have found its source. There is a substance, a strange ooze. You may have noticed it. This, I believe, is the true source of the Harrow's poison. It carries a particular stink, on the scent of which I experience first confusion, then a loss of control over my limbs.
What do you expect to find at the source of the ooze?
To find a cure. The ooze seeps into our world, sickening us. I may be able to stop it. Unfortunately, I cannot reach the source. The Aralu is a formidable place. Tricky. A maze constantly evolving, changing, reshaping itself. The isthmus, for example. I found an oozing crack in the ground. The terrain then remade itself, and I can get to it no longer.
Perhaps we might be able to find a way through and take a look at that source.
Would you? That would be splendid. Would you mind taking notes?
You see ghosts. You stroll the void as if it were your garden. You possess and share forbidden rituals. Who are you really?
I'm Lammy Haskell, and I am a man of many sciences. I am in fact a true pursuer.
That raises more questions than it answers.
What are the pillars of the universe? Which principles underpin existence? As occultists, do we change the world or scratch upon its surface? Each discipline I embrace peels back a new layer of reality. I'm yet at the beginning and see where I already stand. Amazing, no?
Are you a demonologist like your father?
More or less. Less, more so. My father sees occultism through the eyeglass of his faith, but I know better. So, more so?
If you don't share your father's faith, what do you believe?
I believe in the afterlife. The proof is about us. And if the void embodies eternal despair, there must too be a place of hope. But where, I ask myself, where?
Your father is convinced a witch poisoned his well. Caleb Watson was cursed by a ritual you gave him. I'd focus if I were you.
We must counter the devil with knowledge of his tricks. That, my father always said, is the purest of God's work.
Aye, you can imagine your father saying that.
When I was 10, he gave me my initiation. Demonology, sir, as he would say. He saw me as his heir. Then, of a sudden, the books were forbidden. So I stole them, the very same books he'd forced upon me as a boy. I understand them where he does not. I did no wrong, apart from a little theft.
We must talk of Caleb Watson. Why in the hell would you give him a resurrection ritual?
Ruth's death hit poor Caleb hard. He was alone, and so I would often stop by his workshop. We talked. He took a keen interest in my studies and was a good listener. When he learned that she could possibly return, he had one question. How?
You saw his grief as an opportunity to test the effects of the lesser palingenesis.
Oh, you know the ritual too? Amazing, isn't it?
I've studied it. The actual ritual, not the mangled version you gave Caleb.
Yes, and I'm sorry. I found it in a copy of De Occulti Philosophia by Cornelius Agrippa von Nettersheim. A remarkable book.
I've met my fair share of illustrious occultists. and none owned an authentic Agrippa. Much is lost in translation or altered in the printing. I doubt your copy is an exception.
Of course! The power is in the words, and mine were wrong, so the power went awry. How very fascinating!
You mistake foolishness for audacity. You must mend your ways.
Surely the acquisition of knowledge cannot be a sin.
Will you still say that when Pennington accuses you of witchcraft? You must remember Deborah.
Miss Comenius. Yes, of course, I remember.
Your father tasked us with an investigation. One way or the other, we must return with the mystery solved.
Ah. I think I understand what you're saying. I might be in a tiny little bit of, danger.
You've studied demonology. Did you do it alone?
When my father forbade me to continue, I confess I disobeyed him in secret. Those big books were very boring until they were forbidden. Suddenly I could not get enough of their secret knowledge. Funny, eh? More recently, a good friend of my father showed me that I had only been scratching at the surface.
Who was your father's friend?
An itinerant Frenchman who often visited New Eden in recent years. He called himself a true pursuer. As a thinker, he was prolific and profound. My father was so proud to be included in his discourse. For him, knowledge is the ladder to greatness, and greatness is the prize. To me, knowledge is itself the prize.
Let's go take a closer look at that ooze then.
And with that sorrow gone, I can leave. Do be careful. My home is your home. If you need anything, help yourself.
The Araloo is not your home, Lammy. But thank you.
Pardon my morbid enthusiasm, Mistress Duarte, but could I ask you a few questions?
What do you wish to know?
Do you still need to eat? Do you feel hungry? How may I help you? And which of you may I help?
Let's go.
And with that, do be... How do you manifest in this plane? Do you feel bound, or are you here by choice?
It feels as if I were clinging to a rope, high above the abyss. Even if I wished to let go, I could not bring myself to do it.
I see. What about your banisher skills? Can you use them? Do the accoutrements of your craft still work? As a ghost, do they not harm you?
The marks on my hands and the rings on my fingers aren't actually there. They have no more effect on me than a memory.
Can you talk to any ghost you wish?
No. I sense traces of their presence. To talk to them, I must still do the work.
And yet here I am, talking to you. How marvelous. The dead are rarely as articulate, nor are they accommodating. In fact, they're often quite rude.
We should probably get going. Some other time, then.
But we've merely scratched at the surface of the great mysteries. I mean, look around us. We stand here beyond the ultimate frontier. Sorry. I mean to say, yes, Mistress Duarte.
Антея, we should get going. So, the pious governor's unassuming son is our evil Harrow's witch.
I was as earnest as he. Ah, the rank enthusiasm of youth. It's sickening, really. I don't know that I buy Lammy's hair of the dog theory, but I feel strange, and I suspect the ooze.
Only one way to find out.
Так, ладно, давайте на этом серию закончим. Спасибо то, что досмотрели серию до конца. Увидимся уже в следующей серии, где уже доберемся до источника слизи и посмотрим, что будет дальше. Также можете прокомментировать, подписаться на канал, поставить лайк, дизлайк. На этом я благодарю за внимание. Всем до встречи.